Build back better.
Come back stronger and build back better.
I shared the outlines of my plan to build back better.
What does build back better really mean? It implies the world before the pandemic already needed a fair amount of fixing. It's kind of like make America great again. I mean, if we're being honest. There is a reason why those sorts of phrases really hit home. A lot of people do think the system is broken. That's because some things, a lot of things, have gotten harder. One global survey found that on average, a person today would have to work an extra 4 weeks a year just to afford the same housing, healthcare, and education their grandparents had. Add to that stagnating wages and a pandemic that has only worsened inequality, and you have a lot of unhappy customers. This anger has pitted us against one another, liberals against conservatives, haves against have-nots. Gloves have even come off between generations. But before you okay boomer me, and you really shouldn't do that because I'm Gen X, the kids these days, they do have a point. American millennials today are 11% behind previous generations in terms of building wealth. The stats are even worse for millennial minorities and those without college degrees. We have had crises before, and we've come out better for it. Responding to the aftershocks of the Great Depression, FDR enacted the New Deal, massive reforms aimed at providing relief for America's most vulnerable. In the United Kingdom, World War II paved the way for major policy shifts, including the creation of a national health service, a system that was conceived as a way to help bridge the divide between rich and poor. And thank God that's why they got the vaccine rollout so right. Right now, we aren't facing your grandpa's global crisis. Unless, of course, you want Joe Biden's 7 grandchildren, in which case, we most definitely are. Many, including Fox News, see the coronavirus as a chance for Biden to cement his legacy. Watch here.
Johnson's Great Society revamped healthcare, education, welfare, and civil rights. FDR's New Deal overhauled our infrastructure and banking systems, established things like Social Security. Biden's agenda will try to combine the agendas of both presidents and go further left than any administration has gone before.
It's clear that President Biden and his team don't see this comparison as a bad thing. Far from it, they've actually leaned into it. The administration's American Families Plan, if enacted, would provide universal pre-K education, 2 years of community college, and access to childcare, a move seen by many as one of the most ambitious efforts to rewrite our current social contract. Unprecedented political polarization in Washington and around the world make sweeping changes like those really hard to effect. But Manoush Shafiq argues there are too many holes in the social safety net, and it's time to start patching them up before more people fall through.